All right, Scott, the tournament is over. Let's talk about how you did, what cards you liked or disliked, and, you know, your overall thoughts on the deck. So how'd you do today?
I went 4 on the Swiss and then went 2-0 in the top 4. So
Sounds like you had a good day.
Yes.
All right. What were your star cards? Like, what were you really hoping that, you know, really showed up and made the deck work the way you thought it was going to?
Having the redundancy between Ion Blaster, which meant that I pretty much got it almost every single game on Optimus, Battlefield Legend, and the ability to play Matrix on the smaller Prime to help out the rest of the team early on as like my turn 1 on going second play was really powerful. Because this deck really wants to set up. It's way different than like it's a little bit different than the Prime, like the 2 tall matchup, because I wanted to set up my Battlefield Legend every single time. Yeah. So the way I played every single game was he usually, except in like when I was going first against Insecticons and things like that, like the obvious plays
is the kill. Yeah.
Yeah, to try to kill kickback. Yeah. Most of the time, I wasn't attacking with him until he was fully suited up.
Yeah, which means you're going into at the end of the round and probably not taking much damage at all on him.
Right. There was matchups where I took no damage in the first round.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like for example, you're playing either an Ion Blaster or body armor, or occasionally a plating if you have more than one upgrade in your hand.
Yep.
On a turn where you're not attacking with him, so it's a deck where you actually leave your armor and weapons, I guess, exposed a little bit.
Okay.
But only like the Ion Blaster you would do that with, because as the secondary armor in the deck.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games where I like was playing upgrades on him before even attacking with him.
Yeah. So you were leaving them out there, but you know.
Yeah, but it was fine.
Yeah. How often did you find yourself armoring up the other guys?
Whenever I had a redundancy of armor.
Okay.
So he was always going to be the first target, especially he's the only target for body armor, for example.
Yeah.
But if I had reinforced plating, or like if I drew a reinforced plating in my opening hand, and I had like a treasure hunt or an inspired in leadership or something that I figured was a good chance of me getting a second one, I would play it on usually Flame War, because she's more important than the smaller Optimus.
To live longer and get the more tough, repetitive. Yeah.
So she was usually the second attacker. So she would, her reinforced plating on turn 2 would with her built-in tough 1 that she gives to the team, would generally
give you an extra turn.
Yeah, more than one turn usually. Like so.
How often did you find yourself playing the Ion Blaster on the starter Optimus?
Only when the main one was dead.
Okay, so you never got there with 2 in play.
I don't think it ever happened where I had both in play at the same time, but it did. I wound up playing like a mirror match, and it wound up being really good there at the end when I had it in my opponent, for example. So,
on the day, what was your toughest matchup?
I guess the mirror.
Okay. Was it just because like you weren't expecting the mirror, so you didn't really know how to play against it?
No, because the mirror basically came down to you had to make every single play count. For some reason, I felt like I wasn't flipping well with Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend as I had other days when I was playing with him.
Okay.
I was flipping a lot of like double upgrades or like not the damage-based stuff.
Okay.
So I was getting a little greedy with like using my direct damage too early on the wrong targets instead of waiting to finish off like the Mirror Prime and things like that.
Yeah.
So I probably just got a little too greedy. So I probably play that more conservatively.
Okay.
Going forward, but.
How did you get the mind twist anyway that day with security point checkpoint?
No, I didn't play. I only played it. I think I played it like 2 or 3 times during the day. There's so many value upgrades, and because your guys are so little with Starter Prime and Flame War, the main phase leap into battles and especially bigger they are way more live in this deck than they were in 2 tall primes. So usually in 2 tall primes you're like, okay, I have 7 base attack, I have 8 base attack. So security checkpoint means more to prevent their upgrades. But here I need leap, I need bigger they are, like all my small guys to actually make an impact.
So would that make security checkpoint still a have to include because of double blue?
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. I mean, I still played it a few times, but like I pitched it a lot to inspire leadership.
So how about the one-ofs? Did any of them do better? Did any of them do worse?
They were all fine. Force Field was probably the worst.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that you can necessarily afford to play a 3rd body armor.
Yeah.
I think that's up in the air. I mean, I flipped it a lot, so like it's the only white in the deck, and I flipped it. So like, I flipped 4 cards a couple times. So I guess it was kind of value there. Ramming speed, I didn't really go in against any decks that were specifically in there for. So like, if you want to say it could be a 3rd drill arms, that's fine. I don't think I would play Disarm because it's not that type of deck. And Team Up Tactics again on the small prime was actually pretty live. the healing 2, like as long as they weren't overkilling most times, it allowed him to basically get an extra turn. I was able to heal Big Optimus a couple times too, which is obviously really great value. So, and it has a blue, so it was fine. Unless I can find things that are better. I mean, I still think those cards are up for grabs. Treasure Hunt is always going to be great if I don't have a handful of upgrades, and terrible when you have a handful of upgrades. So, you know, just depends.
The 40 cards in the list, is there anything specific that you would change after the event? Like, would you want to go to a third Energon X, or, you know, did you think that 3 leaps was too many? Any of those things?
So I don't think I would change any of the abilities, other than the one of us are up for debate. If I could fit a third Energize, I think it's more alive on the smaller guys. And the Pierce 2 was actually kind of relevant. Like a Pierce 2 from an Energize plus a 4 Pierce from the bigger they are, plus a 1 Pierce from a Matrix actually did come up pretty often. I mean, that's 7 right there. Yeah. 7 guaranteed damage. So on the little guys. So it was, I mean, I would try to fit in a third Energize because I was surprised at how live they were. Like I said, I didn't play the 2 Ion Blasters very often, so that was the original goal. Like, oh, I only have 1 target for Energize. It's only going to be Flame War. It's a backup to the Ion Blaster, which I still think it kind of is. Yeah. But like, if I could fit in a third Energize, it would probably be more relevant than the Force Field, for example, because really the top armor is where you want to be. Yeah. So it's either getting a third body armor in there, like, because you absolutely want it, or trying to get the third Energize in there, I think is fair.
So it's just tough cuts.
Yeah. Yeah, but it would have to be. I think the Force Field is the first thing to go.
Overall, were you completely satisfied with your decision today?
Yeah, I wasn't completely satisfied with my play, but I was satisfied with the deck performance. So I don't think the interesting thing about the deck is, like, the first 3 turns are not the transform flip effects that you would expect. Turn 1 is always flip flame, especially when you're going, almost all the time when you're going first, except against Decepticons, and then every single time when you're going second. The interesting thing is how often I wasn't flipping Starter Prime to just draw cards when there were plenty of opportunities to. Okay. So, like, because you can't flip Battlefield Legend an entire time during the first cycle because he has to attack in bottom. Yep. So you can flip him. You don't even need to flip him on 2. You actually want to flip the Starter Prime after he already attacked. Yeah. So that later in the game you can then flip him back to draw a card. Yep. I think I did that early, but then I'm like, it didn't dawn on me, like, I can also do this later and also continue to draw
just to get the extra cards.
Yeah. So I think I just need to play a little more tighter because it just gives you more access to cards. Yeah. So I had so many more cards in my hand than I had when I was playing only 2 characters that I think it just
card turn.
I think it just didn't dawn on me to, like, keep doing that to have more options. Yeah.
So welcome, good. Congrats on your day.
Thanks.
Have a good one. It
was fun.
Yeah. You can cut it.
Hey, what you got over there?
He'll just edit it.
Yeah. It's fine.